At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
At Raising Cane's, we believe in one love. But creating one love is no simple task. Everything has to be served hot and fresh, not just hot. We use only 100% premium chicken tenderloins for a 0% chance of leftovers. We insist on the best ingredients for our fries, like potatoes. And, well, we can keep talking quality, or you can just eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
Visit us today at one of our 4 Lexington area locations.
This is a special place.
Our home court advantage.
With the support of our fans and the Big Blue Nation, we can accomplish anything.
That same hometown advantage can be yours at Central Bank.
With their winning personal service, Central is passionate about helping me succeed.
They're always behind me, helping guide my financial strategy, and they can help you too.
Think local.
Grow local.
Bank local. Put Central Bank's hometown advantage to work for you.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
When you're out recruiting, a phone call doesn't always cut it.
You have to be there face to face.
It's the same with banking. That's why I chose Central Bank.
At Central Bank, it's easy to stay connected with online and mobile banking. But when you need someone to talk to or a quick decision made, we're right here with the products and personal service to help guide you toward your financial goals.
Think local.
Grow local.
Bank local and put Central Bank's local advantage to work for you.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Sitters are here.
I'm ready. Okay, kids, behave.
Man to man?
I got the little guy.
Oh, did you leave cash for the pizza?
I got it.
With more features than ever,
All right, who's hungry?
mobile banking from Central Bank lets you deposit checks, pay bills,
Okay, you're gonna get a rip screen.
send and receive funds with Pop Money, and more. So you can stay in the game without missing a step. Do more with mobile banking from Central Bank, official bank of UK Athletics.
This is Oscar Combs. The next time you get hungry, remember this commercial. Then grab your keys and come to Rafferty's. Now, where did you put those keys? Rafferty's, located in Lexington, Louisville, Elizabethtown, Florence, Paducah, and Bowling Green.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims & Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here at Eastern Kentucky University for today's first boys game of the 2017 11th Region Tournament game, and we have the Lexington Catholic Knights and the Franklin County Flyers. I'm Jack Haynes alongside Coach Mike Fannin. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing great, Jack. Great to be working with you tonight.
And so we got the Flyers and the Knights, two stars on the team, Luke Johnson, Diablo Stewart for the Flyers. What do you expect in this battle tonight?
Well, Jack, just looking back at last week, Lexington Catholic, they came in, they beat Lafayette, and then they played LCA in the district finals, and that was probably the best game LCA played all year. And this basically just stuck at the Catholic. And just talking to Coach Salzman before the game, I said, Brandon, if you're going to lose one, that's the one you want to lose in the finals, because tonight it's a fresh start. And so I look for Catholic to come back and bounce back tonight. I don't look for them to have nearly the kind of game they had against LCA. For them tonight, they need to stop Stewart. He's kind of the key to Franklin County's team, in my opinion. He's going to drive. He's going to try to dish out. He can shoot the three. He's kind of the key that starts the car for Franklin County. And for Franklin County against Catholic tonight, I think they've got to be aware of their size inside. I think Catholic's going to have a decided height advantage on the inside. So they've got to do a good job tonight of rebounding and handling. Catholic's going to probably come after them with that bonded 2-2-1 press that they always have.
Yeah, and a big name to mention for Lexington Catholic is Max Sparkman. He's back from an illness tonight. The junior has had a big year for them. He's been able to come in for Peter Whitman when he's been in foul trouble or when he's been injured, and he's played well this year. And like you said, that height could be really important for Lexington Catholic, and that just adds another threat inside. Yeah,
especially, Jack, also when you're playing, the kids are playing on a bigger court tonight, college-type floor. Depth could be a factor tonight in the third and fourth quarters, and we're just going to see how well the teams, if they sub tonight, how many they play off the bench. And again, if you've got an extra man, Catholic coming back tonight for you, that's a big key for them.
Yeah, and at Lexington Catholic, they have a bigger gym. It's more of a college-type arena.
It is.
So that could be an advantage for them, and they've played well here in the past years.
Yeah, the thing when you come down here, like when I coached at Dunbar and we came down here in the 90s, it's a little bit of a different type shooting atmosphere. You have the depth perception behind the baskets is a little bit different, but like you said, these teams have played here before, and I don't look for that to be a big factor, but you just never know what it's going to be like for some of these kids that haven't got to play here before.
Yeah, Franklin County, they're coming into this game with a record of 14-18, but they're not new to this arena. They're not new to this atmosphere. They've won the district championship the past 3 years, and they've been playing in the regional tournament the past 3 years. So what does Coach Wise have to do? He's got a good combination of younger and older guys on this team. What does he have to do to take down Lexington Catholic and Coach Salzman?
Well, I think, as I said, they've got to probably try to handle Catholic's press. Catholic's probably going to try to speed them up a little bit. And it was interesting. I was looking at their game against, I believe it was Frankfort in the district finals, that they won 79-68. They shot 34 free throws in that game, and they made 30. So obviously they were taking the ball to the basket and getting fouled. And for them tonight, that's something that they want to try to do again. Get on the free throw line, they're an excellent free throw shooting team. Obviously, if you can make 30 out of 34, that's pretty good. And so that's one of their keys tonight. Again, that's what I was talking about Stewart. He does such a good job of penetrating and getting to the basket and dishing off to the other players, because he's really the key that makes them go.
Yeah, and we have Darren Douglas standing alongside with Coach Tony Wise, and we're going to go him onto the court right now.
Sitting here at Paul S. McRae Arena for tonight's first round game and the opening game of the boys 11th Region Tournament. Franklin County head man Tony Wise. And Coach, you were joking with us at the draw after the draw show on our preview show on Saturday that 3 years in a row you've been the head coach of Franklin County. 3 years in a row you play the first game of the tournament.
Well, that we draw the 43rd district. It saved me a trip to Eastern. I'm just going to tell the guys, if we're lucky enough to get the region next year, just put Paris with whoever, and we'll just save me a trip to Eastern. That's for sure.
Saves gas money too. Coach, tonight Lexington Catholic comes in. I know you were probably shocked when you found out the results that they were a runner-up in a very, very good 43rd district basketball game. But what do you do to stay in this ball game with Catholic? Now, I know that you're really concerned about their press, but outside of their press, what do you have to do?
Oh man, they present so many problems for us, and we're down a starter tonight. Ryan Staples, the senior guard, who's had an unbelievable year, suffered a hip pointer Friday night, so he's out. So we're going to have guys step up that we haven't depended on the whole year, and to have them play against Lexington Catholic, they're getting thrown into the fire. But we've had a couple good days of practice, and if we can handle their pressure and get them in a half-court game, then we like to think we can compete a little bit.
Of course, you have Diablo Stewart, a really electrifying young guard. He's been here before, so that's going to be a plus for you. But who else has to step up for you tonight?
I think Anthony Valentine's got to step up. He's had a great year as well. A kid that we barely kept 2 years ago just because we needed some more size, and has turned into back-to-back all-district performer. And our other guards, they have to handle pressure. If we can't get the ball across half court, which we struggled with last year against Lafayette, then everything else doesn't matter. That's where it starts for us.
Well, Coach, good luck tonight, and we'll see you on the Minky Beef Jerky show, post-game show, if you're able to hold on tonight and win.
Well, I would be a one happy camper, I can tell you that, but we need the lot of luck we can get. Thanks.
Well, if you climb the rafters, I'm not climbing up after you.
No, I'm good right here.
Coach Tony Wise of Franklin County. We'll have Brandon Salzman of Lexington Catholic in just a moment.
All right, that was Coach Wise and Darren Douglas. And Coach Wise said it, they need Anthony Valentine to step up tonight.
Yeah, that's big with Staples out, Jack. I wasn't aware of that. I mean, when you lose a senior leader in a regional game, that's a huge loss for them. But again, somebody's just going to have to step up for Franklin County tonight and take up the slack for him. But again, that's a big loss for them.
Yeah, especially with Lexington Catholic's press, losing a senior guard, that's going to be huge for them, and that just means more pressure on the shoulders of Diablo Stewart.
Well, again, like Coach said, Catholic's going to come out and try to speed up tempo tonight. That's what they do best. Brandon's been playing that 2-2-1 forever. Him, Danny Haney. I mean, it's just, you're talking Lexington Catholic, you're talking 2-2-1 press. So it's going to be key for Franklin County tonight to be able to handle that. Not give Catholic free baskets. When you're in a regional game, you want to make your opponent earn everything. You don't want to give them easy buckets, layups off your press. You want them to earn it all. So again, Franklin County's got to do a really good job of taking care of the ball tonight.
Yeah, and for Lexington Catholic, what do they have to do to avoid another game like they had the district championship against LCA?
Well, that's a really good question. Well, I think the big key is just playing this next game. I mean, I'm sure that Coach Salzman, he's talked to the kids. They may have just burned the tape. I mean, it might have been one of those games where Coach Salzman didn't even look at it. I'm sure they did, but he's probably just telling his kids, guys, you got to forget it. Everybody's 0-0 right now. We've got 3 games to win to get to the state tournament. You have to forget that. Again, in sports, sometimes that's your greatest attribute is the ability to forget. And they need to forget what happened there. Learn from it. Improve on your mistakes, but forget it. And I think one thing, it would be helpful for Catholic tonight, Luke Johnson to get off to a good start. That was not the typical Luke Johnson I was used to seeing when I saw him play against Lexington Catholic. Just nothing went in for him that night. And I think it would be big for him and his confidence and for Catholic if he can hit his first couple of shots tonight.
Yeah, Luke Johnson did not get off to a good start in that game against LCA, but you always usually see Zam Payne and Luke Johnson do a lot of the scoring for the Knights, and sometimes they're able to win games like that, but when they go up against tougher teams, they're able to stop them and limit only those guys to scoring. And I think the key is getting Blake Scott going early tonight, because when he makes his first 1 or 2 shots, that really boosts his confidence.
I totally agree.
And we have Darren Douglas with Brandon Salzman, and he will head down to them right now.
Here with Coach Brandon Salzman of Lexington Catholic. And Coach, you come in off a tough 43rd district tournament. It always is tough, and it seems like though all 4 of these districts that make up this region are very, very tough, and you got a pretty good opponent tonight, which you come in as a favorite though.
Well, you know, I'll tell you this, there's no favorites when you get to this. It's just you got to put it out there and play as hard as you can. You know, Tony's done a great job with Franklin County in the years he's been up there. He's got them playing well. You know, I believe they've won district championships in back-to-back years. We're going to have to go out and play our best game, and, you know, you have to do that in this tournament or you go home. So hopefully we'll be ready to do that tonight.
Coach, you didn't shoot the ball particularly well in the district championship, and so for some teams that will be a mental block, but rumor has it your team had very good practices right after that and seem to be shooting the ball real well in this gymnasium as I look at them in pregame.
Well, we'll see. Well, you know, it all happens when the lights come on here, and I think our guys are as ready as they possibly can be. You know, we've worked really hard to get here. We're going to see what happens tonight and just play as hard as we can.
Outside of the coach speak, that rebounding is the big key to this ballgame, which it normally is for every game. What else do you guys have to do well outside of the rebounding?
I just think we've got to play great defense, and if we do, we'll be all right. If we limit their easy buckets and make them score tough shots, you know, we'll probably win. If not, we're going to be in a dogfight.
Coach, good luck tonight. We'll hopefully see you on the Mingy postgame show.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot.
Brandon Salzman of Lexington Catholic getting ready for Lexington Catholic and Franklin County to open the boys 11th region tournament. Jack, back to you.
Thank you, Darren. And that was Coach Salzman, and Coach said it, they got to play defense and they got to use that press, and if they can force those turnovers and get points off turnovers, that's where Lexington Catholic will win the ball game.
Yeah, Jack, that's their Catholic, that's their bread and butter is the press, and again, they want to try to come out and score as many easy buckets as they can off that press tonight, and they want to force Stewart to work. They want him to work as hard on offense and maybe try to wear him out when they're over half court and running their half court sets.
Yep, and we're about 20 seconds away from the pregame intros and national anthem, and we will step aside for that. But they also mentioned it when Darren was talking with those coaches. A lot of people do think Lexington Catholic got the best draw in the region.
Yes, that might be true because I think they're on the opposite side of Scott County. You got Scott County and LCA on the other side.
Yep, and the winner of this game will play Madison Southern or Sayre, which is the second game tonight.
Knights of Lexington Catholic and the Flyers.
PA announcer doing the intros right
now. In a moment, we'll have your starting lineups.
For the starting lineups and national anthem.
All rise as we honor America, its freedom, and those who protect it with the playing of our national anthem performed tonight by the Franklin County Pep Band under the direction of Chris Collins. For the Knights of Lexington Catholic, representing District 43, wearing their blue uniforms, trimmed in black and white at guard, a junior, number 3, T.C. Price. At guard, a senior, number 10, Luke Johnson. At guard, a senior, number 15, Blake Scott. At forward, a junior, number 23, Zan Payne. At center, a senior, number 41, Peter Whitman. The Knights are coached by Brandon Salzman. And now the Flyers of Franklin County, representing District 41, wearing their white uniforms, trimmed in blue and gold at guard, a sophomore, number 5, Kyle Stivers. At forward, a junior, number 10, Cayman Hubbard. Guard, a sophomore, guard, a junior, number 22, Walker Lee. At forward, a senior, number 34, Anthony Valentine. The Knights are coached by Tony Wise. Your officials for tonight's game are Todd Anderson, Gerald Gray, and James Jaggers.
That was your starting lineups brought to you by the PA announcer here at Eastern Kentucky. And we are about ready for a tip-off. Lexington Catholic, they're ready to do it. Coach Wise is still giving his Flyers a couple more words before they take the court. And what are your final thoughts before we get things underway?
Well, Jack, I think just for Franklin County tonight, it's just key to they get off to a good, solid start. No turnovers, take care of the ball, just get through this first quarter. Catholic, you just want to try to shoot the ball better for your confidence coming off that game last week against LCA. Let's look and see if Catholic tries to take it inside on Franklin County the first couple possessions.
Yep, and here we go. We are underway at Eastern Kentucky University, and the Flyers will win the tip. Stewart will bring it up and have it across the half-court line. He's guarded by Johnson. Dribbling it up top is Stewart. The Flyers in the all-white, the Knights in the all-blue.
Catholic coming out in man.
Stewart gives it off to Stivers. He passes over to Lee. Lee's trying to get it back to Stewart. Diablo has it.
Looks right now, Jack, I'm sorry, it looks like Franklin County's ready to be pretty patient on their offense tonight, take time off the clock on each possession.
Yeah, I think Coach Wise would want to slow down that tempo on Lexington Catholic, and teams have had success doing that this year against the Knights. Stewart still dribbling around up top, now taking it inside. Pulls up from the elbow, off the backboard, no good. Pulled in by Peter Whitman. Luke Johnson will dribble it up court. He's looking down, has no one, and he'll stand around the three-point line. Gives it off to T.C. Price. Price gives it to Scott. Back to Price. Price looks back to Coach Salzman for the play call.
Franklin County also man.
Price gets it inside to Payne. Payne goes up, and he finishes. Sam Payne, first points of the evening.
That's what I thought Catholic would come out, Jack, try to get it inside to Payne.
Flyers getting it down court. Stewart has it, and he is guarded by T.C. Price. Stewart patient up top. Dribbling back and forth, calling out a play. 6:20 on the game clock here in the first quarter. Stewart gets it over to Stivers. Stivers is guarded by Johnson. And Johnson comes up with the steal. Luke Johnson has it. He goes to the rack and can't come up. He finishes short. The Flyers will push it the other way. Stewart looks up, and that one's tipped away by Payne, and Payne gets the steal.
Yeah, nice hustle there by Payne. Just lost it out of bounds. Looks like Franklin's going to get it back.
Yeah, and it looked like Diablo Stewart kind of telegraphed that pass. He was trying to get it inside, and Zan Payne got a fingertip on it to knock it away, but the Flyers will maintain possession. Stewart dribbling it up top again. He's guarded by Johnson. Movement under the basket. He'll pass it off to Lee. Lee gets it to Stivers. Back to Stewart. Stewart just dribbling around. No movement on offense right now for the Flyers. Now Stewart will drive. He lost it, but gets back with it. Stewart taking Johnson inside, now dishes it off, gets it to Valentine, and Valentine finishes off the glass.
Yeah, it's nice execution there by Franklin County. That's what Stewart does best, penetrating, drawing the defense to him.
Luke Johnson brings it up for the Knights. He's guarded by Hubbard. Gets it over to Price. Price will take a three-pointer. That one's no good off the front rim. Whitman gets the rebound. He goes back up with it. That one's in and out, no good. Pointed by Scott. Scott goes straight back and puts it in for Lexington Catholic.
Yeah, if you're Franklin County, you cannot give Catholic 4 shots at it. You've got to do a little bit better job boxing out.
And that will be off the foot of Zampane. Will stay with Franklin County. And Franklin County's got to get a body in there and box out Blake Scott.
Yeah, I talked about that in the intro, Jack. You've got to box out if you're Franklin County. Catholic definitely a height advantage on the inside.
And early on, the Flyers are seeming to just like slow down on offense. And on that last one, we saw Stewart just dribbled around up top, and Blake Scott steals that one. Stolen away by Scott. He'll give it to Johnson. Johnson goes straight to the rim. That one's no good. Too hard with it. Be a foul call. Number 3, T.C. Price, came in from over the back. It will be the Flyers basketball under the basket. Johnson just went in too hard with that one.
Yeah, Catholic did everything right there. Got the steal on the defense, but just didn't finish.
Knights with the full court pressure, easing off a little, not as aggressive as we've seen. Flyers get it across. Stewart has it up top, guarded by Blake Scott.
Looks like Catholic
gets it inside. Wanted to go to Stivers. Nice pass from number 5, Stivers, and Valentine with the finish.
Yeah, really good ball movement there by Franklin County. Catholic kind of came out and double teamed them and created some passing lanes inside.
The Knights move it around well, and that one's tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay at this end. Tipped out by Walker Lee. T.C. Price will inbound it underneath the basket for Lexington Catholic. Johnson goes straight up, tried the one-hand alley-oop, no good. Valentine falls on it and gets it in the hands of Diablo Stewart. Nice defense from the Flyers. Stewart walks it up, tied at 4 here with 3:38 on the clock in the first quarter. Stewart drives inside, goes around Johnson, brings it back up. Stewart's really good with the basketball, keeps that one on a string, gets it over inside. That one is no good, but there will be a foul call. Hubbard was fouled, and he will head to the line for a pair.
Jack, this far, it looks like Franklin County's game plan is basically spread the floor, dribble to the bucket, try to let Stewart dish and shoot layups. And they've done a pretty good job of it so far. They've scored 2, and they're on the line.
Hubbard knocks down the first one. Franklin County shooting 67.7% from the free throw line as a team this year, and that's not bad.
No, like I said, in the district championship game, they were 31 of 30 or 30 of 34.
Hubbard misses the second one. That one is off the back iron, no good. Keegan Bailey, Javen Harden, and Max Sparkman check in for Lexington Catholic, and Bailey has it. He'll give it off to Javen Harden. Sophomore guard for Coach Salzman. He's shown a lot of trust in Harden this year. That one almost stolen away, and they're going to call a foul on Hubbard.
Just a little bit late there.
Bailey will inbound it. Gets it into the backcourt to Javen Harden. Harden's guarded by Stewart. He'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson with the hop step. Gets it inside to Max Sparkman. Sparkman has it under their iron. Tries to get it to Bailey, but stolen away. Franklin County with another steal off a turnover of Lexington Catholic.
Yeah, Franklin County's done a nice job the last 2 times down on defense.
Doing exactly what they need to do to slow down the tempo. Up top, Hubbard has it. He's guarded by Johnson. Gives it back to Stewart. Harden is guarding him. Stewart getting it inside. That one's tipped by Zampane and stolen by Luke Johnson. The Knights are pushing it the other way. Johnson slowed down behind the back floater off the backboard and knocks it down. Luke Johnson with the nice transition play.
Nice shot by Johnson. Those are the ones that weren't going in last week against LCA.
Had it trapped in the corner, but they get it back up top to Stewart. He's guarded by Bailey. Valentine will set a screen for him, but Stewart doesn't use it. The Flyers are really trying to run their offense through Diablo Stewart, and that's what we said they need to do to win. Nice pass from Valentine. They get it back. Blocked by Johnson. Stivers was blocked by Luke Johnson. Harden's pushing it the other way. He goes inside. He puts it up with the right hand. That one's no good. Back off the backboard and pulled in by Anthony Valentine. Stewart will walk it up for Franklin County. Lexington Catholics had a couple of chances inside, just missing at the rim.
Over and back. Yeah, put on the line.
Diablo Stewart was too close to the half-court line, and he stepped over, guarded by Javen Harden for Lexington Catholic. The Knights will come inbound it here right in front of us. Harden puts it in to Johnson. Lexington Catholic leads by 1, just under 1:30 left in the first quarter. Luke Johnson will walk it up. Screen set by Sparkman. Johnson throws it across court to Javen Harden. He'll shoot the 3. That one's no good. Stuck in between the backboard and the rim.
I believe that's a jump ball possession. Is going to stay with Catholic, Jack.
Coach, you are right. Keegan Bailey will inbound it underneath for Lexington Catholic. Throws it up top to Javen Harden. Harden turns around to get the call from Coach Salzman. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson's on the wing. He's guarded by Hubbard. Back up to Javen Harden. Now Sparkman has it. He's on the wing. Keegan Bailey wide open. He'll shoot the three-pointer. Knocks it down. Bailey from downtown.
Yeah, that's the kind of shots Catholic need to make to extend that Franklin County defense.
Franklin County pushing it up the other way. Now that one's tipped away by Sparkman. Bailey came up with it. Now Johnson's heading the other way. Johnson lost it. Now Hubbard gets the steal for Franklin County. Stewart will walk it up. 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Stewart brings it up. Harden's guarding him at half court. And Stewart almost, and he did step over. He got really close once, and then he took another step backwards and stepped, and it was just like maybe
Jack,
a
you and I have the perfect angle, and he stepped on it twice. I mean, it's been good calls. He hasn't stepped on it by much, but he has stepped on the line twice.
Diablo Stewart with 2 turnovers here to end the first quarter. 27 seconds on the clock. Javen Harden will walk it up. Stewart averages 3 turnovers per game this season. Zam Payne has it on the wing. He'll shoot a three-pointer. That one's good! Zam Payne! 12 seconds now. Stewart has it in the backcourt. Pressured by the Knights. Bailey is on him. Gets it over to Stivers. Stivers puts it up off the backboard. That one's good. Franklin County finishes with a nice play led by the assist from Diablo Stewart, and that will end the first quarter here at Eastern Kentucky University. Lexington Catholic leads it by a score of 12-7, and we will step aside and be right back to bring you the second quarter of action.
Take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you till the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Eastern Kentucky University, home of the 2017 11th Region Tournament. And we are just beginning the second quarter, and that's going to be a turnover for Franklin County, giving it to Lexington Catholic. And what were your thoughts on that first quarter? Very low scoring.
Well, Jack, it looks to me like the game plan for Franklin County, they'd like to see this game in the 30s if they could. You know, get it in the 30s or 40s. Catholic made a couple big threes there at the end of the quarter, and that's going to be big to try to extend Franklin County's defense so then they can go inside. But I like Franklin County's game plan. They execute it pretty well, but they can't come down with empty trips. They had a couple turnovers there right at the end of the quarter.
Zan Payne will shoot another three-pointer. That one's no good, but he gets his own rebound, tipped out back to him. T.C. Price has it and gets it inside to Zan Payne. Zan will go up, but that one's blocked, but they will call a foul. Not sure who that one was on.
I think they're calling it on Valentine.
On Valentine. They will call on Valentine. From there, that one looked clean to me.
Yeah.
Coach Wise wasn't happy with the call. Zan Payne will knock down the first free throw. And I agree with you, Coach Wise. Coach Wise's Flyers are doing a good job of slowing down the tempo, and that's exactly what they want. They just have to keep up with that and playing solid defense and getting defensive rebounds, not letting Catholic get the offensive rebounds.
The hard thing is on this, Jack, if you start getting down 7 to 10 points, can you stay patient?
Good ball movement down by Franklin County, but Hubbard not able to finish at the rim.
Yeah.
Knights will push it the other way.
Those are the ones you got to finish, Jack. That's a good look.
Hubbard had it inside, just couldn't get it to go down. Luke Johnson has it up top, and Hubbard is guarding him. Johnson will pass it off to Harden, gets it inside at the elbow. Sparkman shoots it. That one's no good. Tipped up by Payne. He's trying to get it back, but can't. Stewart gets the defensive rebound for Franklin County. Stewart brings it up into the front court, guarded by Javen Harden. They'll switch off of him. Now they switch back. Sparkman has to get back. Stewart has an open three. That one's off the back iron, no good. Javen Harden gets the rebound. He pushing the other way. Spin move by Harden. Goes up. Got it.
Oh, beautiful
Javen
move.
Harden.
Wow. Nice spin move and kiss off the glass.
Faked like he was going inside and put it up off the glass. Maybe a kickball called against Lexington Catholic. Hubbard will inbound it for the Flyers.
And again, Jack, when Catholic scores, they're going to that press and they're trying to speed you up.
And tipped away by Johnson. He gets the steal. He's pushing it the other way. Keegan Bailey thought about a three, won't shoot it. Johnson thought about one. Now he drives inside, gets it to Sparkman. Sparkman adjusts, but can't finish.
Excellent
Pulled in
pass
by Valentine.
Excellent pass by Johnson, just did not finish.
Stewart gets it inside to Hubbard. Hubbard goes up with the right hand and got it.
That's what Stewart does so well. Such a good assist player for Franklin County. Nice job of finishing that time by Franklin County.
Franklin County's missed a couple of those at the rim. They just got to put those in, and they can make this a closer ball game. Luke Johnson has it up top. Screen set by Sparkman. He passes it across court to Harden. Harden shoots it for three. Knocks it down. Javen Harden knocks down the three-pointer and gives a little stare down to the Flyers bench.
Yeah,
now the Flyers will go the other way. Stolen away by Javen Harden. He's splitting defenders all over. No look pass to Zan Payne, but blocked by Diablo Stewart.
Yeah, nice play by Stewart, saving the bucket there.
Stewart, one of the littlest guys, came in there to knock it away from Zan Payne.
Yeah, Jack, the last couple of times down the floor, Franklin's got a little loose with the ball. They got to do a better job of taking care of it.
T.C. Price will inbound it under the basket. Blake Scott and Peter Whitman checking in for the Knights. That one is no good, but pulled in by Zan Payne. Zan Payne shoots it, knocks it down. Coach Wise calls a timeout. Zan Payne is 2 of 3 from the three-point line this year, and he is an 80% three-point shooter on the season. He hasn't shot many, about 12 on the year, but he does not miss them when he shoots them.
But Jack, if you're Franklin County, that's your worst nightmare right now. Catholic's come out and I believe has hit 4 threes, and that is tough for Franklin County. If Catholic's able to shoot the three ball tonight, it's going to be tough for them.
I want to give a live read to Mingy Beef Jerky, the official game day snack of PrepSpin. Gotta get you some Mingy Beef Jerky. Franklin County did a good job in the first quarter of slowing it down, but Lexington Catholic's gotten off to a hot start in the second quarter, and Zan Payne knocking down wide open three-pointers, and Franklin County's just not guarding the perimeter too well.
Yeah, they're going to have to come out and guard, and again, that's what I was talking about. It's kind of, it hurts Franklin County because that's just going to open up the middle for Catholic if they have to come out and guard, but you have to give up something, Jack. Right now they're trying to get in the paint and not let them get it inside. The Catholics doing what they have to do, and that's to make the 3-ball, and they're doing a nice job of it.
And number 20, Jared Courtney, checked in for the Flyers at that last timeout. And we're just about ready. And referee gives Diablo Stewart the basketball. He inbounds. He gets it into Courtney.
Yeah, Catholic giving them a little bit different look on the press, Jack. They went to a 1-2-2 that time. Had Payne on the ball.
Good ball moving inside. Stivers goes up, can't finish. And Luke Johnson pulls in the rebound. Gets it up to Zam Payne. Zam Payne picks up his dribble, guarded by Stewart. Now handed off to T.C. Price. Gets it right back to Payne. He'll go inside to Whitman. Whitman backs a man down. Puts a spin move. Finishes with the left hand. That was a strong, powerful move inside from Peter Whitman.
Well, Jack, right now the difference in the game is just Catholic's physical size. They're just kind of overwhelming Franklin County right now inside.
Luke Johnson currently with only 2 points, but Zam Payne has 10 of his own. Knights lead at 24-9, 4:15 in the second quarter. Courtney will drive the baseline, almost lost it, but stays with it. Tipped by Scott. Stivers comes up with it. He'll pull it from mid-range floater. That one's off the back iron. Pulled in by Zam Payne and fouled by one of the Franklin County players, Walker Lee. Zam Payne will inbound it to Luke Johnson. The Flyers will pick him up at half court. Johnson will walk it up. Blake Scott thought about a 3, mishandled it. Now will take it inside. Gives it back to T.C. Price. Price will get it inside to Whitman. Whitman has it stripped away. Back outside to Price. Now Zam Payne has it in the corner. Payne gives it to Price. Price thinks about a 3. Now puts it on the hardwood. Gives it to Scott. Scott pulls up. That one's no good. T.C. Price with the offensive rebound. Blocked by Valentine, but a foul is called.
Yeah, right now, again, Jack, Catholic really dominating on the boards.
And that's what we said in the pregame was the Flyers had to get inside and not let Lexington Catholic win that rebounding battle. Price knocks down the first free throw. T.C. Price shooting 45% from the free throw line this year. Misses the second one, pulled in by Lee. Stewart will try and bring it up, guarded by Scott with heavy pressure. Stolen away by Johnson. Crossing over Lee, gets it inside to Price. Price is blocked by Stewart, but a foul is called. Let's look at this Luke Johnson crossover again on PrepSpin's instant replay.
Yeah,
stolen away and
yeah, very nice job by Johnson anticipating. And Johnson does a nice job of giving the ball up. A very unselfish player.
Price knocks down the first free throw.
Yeah, the press is starting to bother Franklin County a little bit more, Jack, the last couple of times.
Price misses the second one. Tipped around, finally pulled in by Lee. Lee pulls it in for Franklin County. Stewart trying to get it up to Stivers. Now Stewart has it guarded by Price. Gets it in the corner to Stivers. Stivers drives inside, blocked by Whitman. Luke Johnson will bring it the other way. Peter Whitman with a nice block. 3-pointer from Blake Scott. Bang! Blake Scott from the corner.
Well, they are just deadly right now from 3, Jack. I believe that's their 5th 3 tonight. And just a nice job on the transition, finding the open man on the wing. Catholic hitting on all cylinders right now.
I don't know if you saw in that last play, but Peter Whitman was running down the court and had to dive his head back out of the way to avoid the ball from hitting him, but nevertheless, Blake Scott knocks down that 3-pointer. We'll look at it again right here. Whitman with that quick bobbing head backwards, and Blake Scott knocking down the 3-pointer.
Jack, right now, Catholic's making the shots that they did not make against LCA last week. I mean, they're really shooting the ball well. And when this team is shooting the ball well, they're tough. They're a tough out. They're going to be tough to beat if they can keep up this pace.
Yeah, and in our preview show of the 11th region on Saturday, Coach Salzman said they weren't going to forget that game against LCA. They were going to remember that for these games right now, and then if they were to play LCA again, which they would meet them in the championship, right. LCA has to go through Scott County first. Right. That game is tomorrow, or those two games are tomorrow. Flyers get it in, moving it up the court fastly, gets it all the way to Valentine. He tried to reverse it, but was fouled by Whitman. And Valentine will head to the line for 2.
Yeah, really nice job there by Franklin County beating the press that time.
And they've done that on occasion tonight where they've gotten through but just not able to finish. Valentine will have a chance at 2 free throws right here. First one hits the front of the rim and bounces in.
Well, Jack, it always seems like Catholic has got a big man back there in the back that's going to keep Franklin County from making the layups. So everything's contested right now for Franklin County.
Valentine misses the second. He's a 60% free throw shooter on the season. Johnson dribbles it up across half court, gets it to Sparkman. Trying to work it inside, but stolen away by Diablo Stewart. Stewart with a nice pass. Blocked by T.C. Price, but they're going to call a foul on Max Sparkman.
Yeah, nice job by Bowling, taking it strong to the basket.
Ike Bowling will head to the line for the Flyers. 2:34 left in the first half. Bowling's first one, it's the back iron, bounces in. Keegan Bailey, Javen Harden, and Zan Payne check in for Lexington Catholic. Bowling has one more. Trying to trim into that lead that Catholic grew to 20 here recently before halftime, and Bowling knocks down the second one. Payne gets it into Luke Johnson. Johnson will walk it up, dribbling between his legs.
It's a big 2.5 minutes for Franklin County, Jack. They're down 17. They'd like to get a couple stops here.
Nice pass from Keegan Bailey, and Zan Payne tried to use the fancy finish at the rim when he could have just laid it right in. Instead, Franklin County will push it the other way. Courtney has it in the corner. Now gets the lead. Back up top to Stewart. Stewart pulls a long three-pointer. That one's no good. Zan Payne pulls in the board. Luke Johnson sprinting full speed ahead the other way. Bailey has it to Payne. Now Javen Harden wide open. That one's no good. Luke Johnson flew in for the rebound. It was tipped in and fell in. The ref will wave it off. And they will call a foul on Luke Johnson for going over the back, and there it is one more time.
That's a nice effort there by Johnson. Not a whole lot of contact there, but I guess enough that the ref called the foul.
Franklin County will try and work it up across half court, still in the back court. Lee will dribble it up, passing it up to Courtney, and that one's no good. Luke Johnson gets the rebound, gets it off to Bailey. All the Flyers were in the backcourt except for Stewart. That leaves Zan Payne wide open, and he drills it from the corner.
Well, Payne is on fire right now, Jack.
Zan Payne with 13 points here in the first half. Stewart dribbles it up into the corner. Now back to Stewart. That one's tipped out of bounds. Bowling had his pass tipped, but it will stay with the Flyers. Lee inbounds it into Stewart. Stewart's guarded by Harden up top, dribbling it back and forth between the legs. Valentine will set a screen on him. The Knights will switch, and now try to switch back. Bowling gives it back to Stewart. Another screen came in. Stewart didn't use it. Now try and dribble off this, use off the dribble. Now gets it outside. Valentine shoots from the corner. That one's long. And fought for under the basket. It will stay with Franklin County.
Yeah, Jack Whitman does a nice job for Catholic, hedging out on that high ball screen. Doing a good job for Coach Salzman, not allowing Stewart to penetrate.
They'll stack it up towards the elbow. Lee will inbound it. 57.1 seconds on the clock left here in the first half. They get it into Stewart. Javen Harden guarding him. They give it across to Bowling. Now in the corner to Courtney. Courtney back to Bowling. Bowling will give it back up to Stewart. 44 seconds on the clock. Bailey pressuring Courtney, and he fouls him.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a cheap one there, but not in the bonus yet. One more, Franklin County will shoot the bonus.
Bowling will inbound it, gets it to Stewart. Diablo throws it in the corner to Lee. They get it inside to Valentine. Tipped by Harden, but pulled in by Diablo Stewart. Stewart tries to beat him off the dribble. Pulls up mid-ranger. That one's off the backboard, no good. And Keegan Bailey got the rebound, and he was pushed by Anthony Valentine. Lexington Catholic not yet in the bonus either. Zampane will inbound it. 25.8 seconds left in the first half. Johnson picks it up, and he will walk it up to the half-court line. Guarded by Courtney. Bryce Scott is in for Lexington Catholic to end the first half. Johnson will beat him off the dribble, and they called 5 seconds on Luke Johnson.
Yeah, closely guarded.
Just lost track of his awareness on that one. Gives it right back to Franklin County.
Yeah, you've either got to get separation on that, Jack, or you just got to pick your dribble up till the count starts again.
Get it into backcourt to Stewart.
I think we had a clock malfunction there. I don't think the clock started when the ball came in.
So the Flyers will inbound it again from the far side. They get it into Stewart. 10 seconds left in the first half. Stewart has that one swatted by Bailey. Stewart falls down on it, and that's going to be a travel. And that will give Lexington Catholic another opportunity down at their end to score before the half.
That's just Catholic's pressure. That's what they do to you.
Keegan Bailey using that quickness. He's also a soccer star for Lexington Catholic. Zampane will inbound it, gets it into Johnson. 4 seconds left. Tries to work it back to Payne, but tipped out of bounds by Lee. 2.7 now on the clock. Catholic working with less time now on this inbounds play. Javen Harden will inbound it. Johnson tries to go back up for it. They get it to Bailey. Bailey will shoot it from the corner. In and out, no good, and that's going to wrap up the first half at Eastern Kentucky University. First boys game of our 11th region tournament this evening, and Lexington Catholic leading by 20. Franklin County only scored 5 points in that second quarter.
Yeah, Catholic's defense is the difference right now, Jack. They're putting pressure on Franklin County, causing a lot of turnovers. And give Catholic credit, too. They're shooting the ball so much better tonight. I believe they've made 5 or 6 threes in that second quarter alone. So they're hitting on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, Zampane, the leading scorer in this one with 13 points, and he's knocked down several three-pointers for himself.
Yeah, he's just a good player. I mean, he can play on the block and he can go outside and shoot the three. But for Catholic's, mindset, that was as good as half as they could coming off that game from LCA.
All right, we'll step aside for a quick commercial break and be right back to bring you the halftime report and the second half of action.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
At Raising Cane's, we believe in one love. But creating one love is no simple task. Everything has to be served hot and fresh, not just hot. We use only 100% premium chicken tenderloins for a 0% chance of leftovers. We insist on the best ingredients for our fries, like potatoes. And, well, we can keep talking quality, or you can just eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
Visit us today at one of our 4 Lexington area locations.
This is a special place.
Our home court advantage.
With the support of our fans and the Big Blue Nation, we can accomplish anything.
That same hometown advantage can be yours at Central Bank.
With their winning personal service, Central is passionate about helping me succeed.
They're always behind me, helping guide my financial strategy, and they can help you too.
Think local.
Grow local.
Bank local. Put Central Bank's hometown advantage to work for you.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards, They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of their 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
When you're out recruiting, a phone call doesn't always cut it.
You have to be there face to face.
It's the same with banking. That's why I chose Central Bank.
At Central Bank, it's easy to stay connected with online and mobile banking. But when you need someone to talk to or a quick decision made, we're right here with the products and personal service to help guide you toward your financial goals.
Think local.
Grow local.
Bank local and put Central Bank's local advantage to work for you.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Sitters are here.
I'm ready. Okay, kids, behave.
Man to man?
I got the little guy.
Oh, did you leave cash for the pizza?
I got it.
With more features than ever,
All right, who's hungry?
mobile banking from Central Bank lets you deposit checks, pay bills,
You're gonna get a rip screen.
send and receive funds with Pop Money, and more. So you can stay in the game without missing a step. Do more with mobile banking from Central Bank, official bank of UK Athletics.
Price gets it inside to Payne. Payne goes up, and he finishes.
Man.
Price gets it inside to Payne. Payne goes up, and he finishes. Stewart taking Johnson inside, now dishes it off, gets it to Valentine, and Valentine gets the rebound. He goes back up with it. That one's in and out, no good. Pointed by Scott. Scott goes straight and gets the rebound. He goes back up with it. That one's in and out, no good. Pointed by Scott. Scott goes straight back.
Looks like Catholic
Gets it inside. Wanted to go to Stivers. Nice pass from number 5, Stivers, and Valentine with the finish.
A really good ball.
Slow down behind the back floater off the backboard and knocks it down. Luke Johnson with the nice Stewart, and that's what we said they needed to do to win. Nice pass from Valentine. They get it back. Blocked by Johnson. Now Sparkman has it. He's on the wing. Keegan Bailey wide open. He'll shoot the three-pointer. Knocks it down. Bailey from downtown.
Yeah, that's the kind of shots Catholic need to make to extend that Franklin County defense.
Franklin County pushing it up. He pushing the other way. Spin move by Harden. Goes up. Got it.
Beautiful
Javen
pass.
Valentine.
Excellent pass by Johnson. Just did not finish.
Stewart gets it inside to Hubbard. Hubbard goes up with the right hand and got it.
That's what Stewart does so well. Such a good assist play.
By Sparkman. He passes it across court to Harden. Harden shoots it for 3. Knocks it down. Stare down to the Flyers bench. Now the Flyers will go the other way. Stolen away by Javen Harden. He's splitting defenders all over. No look pass to Zampane, but blocked. That one is no good, but pulled in by Zampane. Zampane shoots it. Knocks it down. Back to Payne. He'll go inside to Whitman. Whitman backs a man down. Puts a spin move. Finishes with the left hand. Stewart will try and bring it up. Guarded by Scott with heavy pressure. Stolen away by Johnson. Crossing over Lee. Gets it inside to Price. Price is blocked by Stewart. Gets it in the corner to Stivers. Stivers drives inside. Blocked by Whitman. Luke Johnson will bring it the other way. Peter Whitman with a nice block. Three-pointer from Blake Scott. Bang! Blake Scott from the corner.
Yeah, they are just deadly right
Bailey. All the Flyers were in the backcourt except for Stewart. That leaves Zampane wide open, and he drills it from the corner.
Payne is on fire right now, Jack.
Zampane with 13 points here in the first half.
Welcome back to Paul S. McRae Arena on the campus of Eastern Kentucky University here at halftime of game number 1 of the boys 11th Region Tournament. Starting tonight in Franklin County, trailing big to Lexington Catholic by a score here at the break of 32-12. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our halftime Mingy Beef Jerky halftime show. We're sponsored by a lot of great people, including Rafferty's Restaurant, where the special is you, along with Whitaker Bank, Roberts Insurance, here in Richmond, White, Greer, and Maggard. Central Bank, the Scholastic Ball Report on the CW, and again, White, Greer, and Maggard, our title sponsor along the network here at PrepSpin.com. Halftime, I mentioned, it's 32-13. It's been all Lexington Catholic. They lead by 20 here at the break. Zan Payne leads the scoring for the Knights with 13 points. Nobody else in double figures for Brandon Salzman's Knights, but 5 points for Blake Scott. Javen Harden. We have 3 points for Keegan Bailey, 2 points for Peter Whitman, T.C. Price, and the Knights' leading scorer on the season, Luke Johnson. The big story in the first half, turnovers for Franklin County. The Flyers turn it over 12 times. They are led in scoring by Anthony Valentine with 5 points, 3 points for Cayman Hubbard, 2 points for Kyle Stivers and Ike Bowling. Diablo Stewart, the point guard, the young point guard sophomore, though, playing in his third 11th region tournament. Here is only a sophomore, but is having a real tough time against the Catholic pressure. He has turned it over 8 times and has failed to score here in the opening half. Catholic leads 19-10 on the glass, including 7 on the offensive glass. Knights are shooting 41% from the floor in the first half, including 11 of 27, 6 of 13 from behind the arc for 46.2%, 67% from the foul line on 4 of 6 from the foul line. Both teams shooting 6 free throws, each hitting 4 in the first half. Franklin County's taken only 2 3-pointers. They've not hit one yet, and they have made only 4 field goals in the first half of action on 4 of 15 shooting for 27%. Catholic led it after one quarter, 12-7, and then a 20-5 second quarter has increased this lead to a 20-point advantage for the Knights, 32-12. Points in the paint in favor of Lexington Catholic, 10-8. Points off turnovers in favor of the Knights, 14-4. 8-0 in favor of Catholic on the second chance points. The Catholic bench has outscored Franklin County's bench 8-2. The lead has changed 2 times. It's been tied twice. The last tie coming at 6 apiece. Halftime of the first game of the 11th Region Boys Tournament. And we have another game to follow. I'll be joined by Coach Don Atkins to bring you the play-by-play of Lexington Sayre and Madison Southern in game number 2 tonight here on PrepSpin.com. Gary Ball will be back tomorrow night. He is currently doing his show, the Scholastic Ball Report, this evening. He'll be back tomorrow night for the second night of the boys' 11th Region Tournament. Starting off things will be the Cardinals of Scott County against the Panthers of Frankfort High. And the nightcap, Lexington Christian making their first ever boys 11th Region Tournament appearance against Madison Central. Jack and Mike will be back with the second half of Catholic and Franklin County here on PrepSpin.com.
Get hungry? Remember this commercial. Then grab your keys and come to Rafferty's. Now, where did you put those keys? Rafferty's, located in Lexington, Louisville, Elizabethtown, Florence, Paducah, and Bowling Green.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson Simney Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S Sports. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Eastern Kentucky University for the 2017 11th Region Tournament. We are in our first boys game of tonight, and it's Lexington Catholic leading Franklin County by a score of 32-12. And we would like to thank some of our sponsors on PrepSpin here really quick before we give you a little rundown before the second half. And Bluegrass Orthopedics, White, Greer, and Maggard, our main sponsor on PrepSpin. Atkinson, Sims, and Commode. All Sports, if you see it on the field, you see it on the court, you can pick it up at All Sports. Mingy Beef Jerky, Central Bank, Roberts Insurance, Rafferty's, Crown Trophy, UK Healthcare Sports Medicine, Whitaker Bank, and the Scholastic Ball Report. Coach, what did you think of the first half and how that second quarter went?
Well, Jack, like you said, the second quarter was huge. Catholic outscored Franklin County 20-5. They made 6 threes in the first half, and that's just huge for them. If they shoot the ball like that, it's going to be a long night for Franklin County. In this second half, Franklin County just has to do a better job of taking care of the ball. They had 12 turnovers in that first half, and that led to 14 points for Catholic. So they've got to do a better job taking care of the ball. And again, Stewart did not score in coming off a district championship game in which he went for 29, and Catholic held him scoreless.
Yeah, Diablo Stewart was not able to find the basket, the bottom of the basket in that first half, and that was huge for Franklin County. We said that they needed to get him going and run the offense through him, and he just wasn't able to get anything going.
Yeah, now, all fairness to Stewart, a lot of times he's penetrating and trying to dish it off, but he did not have a good shooting half. So if you're Franklin County, you're just trying to nibble away at this, try to get it down by 10 at the end of the quarter.
Johnson went up for the floater, followed by Whitman. He gets his own rebound, puts it back in. Peter Whitman.
Again, that's just Catholic size on the offensive glass.
Franklin County will work it up against Catholic's press. Stewart gets it over to Lee. Lee gets it to Hubbard. They get inside to Valentine. Body by Whitman. Tipped away by Johnson, but maintained by the Flyers, but it was out of bounds. The last touch by Franklin County and Valentine.
Yeah, Jack, Franklin County, they've done a nice job against Catholic's press. The problem is when they get down near the basket, they're not able to finish, and that's usually because Whitman's back there waiting on them.
Whitman's played an outstanding game on the defensive end tonight. In that district championship, LCA went at him hard. Blake Scott from downtown can't knock it down, in and out. Gets his own rebound, hustling for it. Gets it out to Zan Payne. Payne thinks about a three-pointer. Back up to Scott, and Scott gets it over to Price. Coach Schallsman wanting some movement for the Lexington Catholic Knights, and that one's almost stolen away by Kamen Hubbard. Got a hand on that one and knocked it out of bounds. TC Price will inbound it right next to Coach Schallsman. Gets it into Blake Scott. Scott will give it right back to TC. Price gets it to Payne. Payne gets it back to Johnson through the back door. Nice pass from Johnson to Whitman, and he puts it in with the left hand.
Just great execution there by Catholic, Jack. Johnson doing a nice job on the backdoor cut, then unselfishly giving the ball up to Whitman.
Outstanding play from Payne to Johnson to Whitman. Now Diablo Stewart on the other end with the nice handles in the pass inside to Stivers, and he is fouled by Zan Payne.
Yeah, that's Stewart at his best right there, Jack. He does a nice job of taking it into the paint, unselfishly giving it up. Again, nice job that time by Stivers pump faking and drawing the foul.
Yeah, Diablo Stewart has an unbelievable stat line, averaging almost 19 points per game and 5 assists.
Yeah,
just wasn't able to get it going in the first half.
Well, Catholic just has some big bodies to shoot over, Jack. I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's hard to get your shot off over some of these guys for Catholic. They're tall and they're long.
Flyers put a little pressure on the Knights, but they get it up. Johnson has it in his hands. Gives it back to Scott. He shoots one from downtown. That one's off the back iron, but Zampane gets the offensive rebound. Gets to Luke Johnson. Luke Johnson drives the baseline, goes up strong, and could not finish, but he will head to the line for 2. Lexington Catholic as a team shooting 65.4% from the free throw line. Luke Johnson headed there for his first free throws tonight. He's a 74% free throw shooter from the stripe. Knocks down the first one. Johnson puts down a couple dribbles and puts up the second one. That one's good.
He has a nice looking form on that free throw. Catholic sticking with their 2-2-1.
Stewart gets it up, guarded by Scott. Nice handles from Stewart. Lee gives it over to Stivers in the corner, back up top to Stewart. Stewart tries to drive. They're going to call a blocking foul on T.C. Price. 5
the ball over too much. I mean, 12 turnovers in that first half. That's not what you want if you're trying to play a low position ball game.
And that's where Lexington Catholic is at their best, is when they're forcing those turnovers and getting points off of them. Stewart has it. He'll try and drive inside. Gives it out to Stivers. Stivers gives it back to Stewart. Stewart lost it, but it will stay with Franklin County.
Yeah, Catholic doing a really nice job sloughing off on Stewart when he drives into the paint.
Coach Wise comes out on the court to pick something up that fell. Throw it off to the back, and Lee will inbound it for Franklin County. Gets it into Stewart. He's guarded by Price. Stewart goes right inside on Whitman. Whitman went straight up and forced a miss from Stewart. He came down with it, gives it off to Johnson. Johnson's flying down court, full out of steam, finger roll, and puts it in.
That's what Johnson does best, is driving hard to the basket and finishing.
Knights still pressuring the Flyers. Johnson went up, almost pulled that in with one hand, but tipped it out of bounds. Franklin County will inbound it to the right of us. Lee will inbound it, gets it into Stewart. Price is guarding him. Stewart dribbling it up top, passes it to Lee. Lee gives it back to Stewart. Stewart thinks about it, now drives, puts a floater up off the glass, and got it.
And a tough shot there by Stewart.
Got it up over the long stretched arms of Peter Whitman. Now on the other end, T.C. Price puts one up mid-range, no good, pulled in by Lee. Lee gets it to Stewart. Stewart looking up court, gets one up, tipped away by Johnson, and he gets the steal. Now Johnson looking up the other way. He's guarded up top by Hubbard and Stewart. The spin move and the spin off the backboard. Luke Johnson, unbelievable with spinning the ball on the backboard and getting it to fall in amazing ways.
That's kind of the Luke Johnson we're used to seeing right there.
And Johnson almost came up with another steal, and he does. He's on the ground, and he calls the timeout. Luke Johnson is all over the court, like you were just about to say.
Yeah, he's really doing a nice job tonight on both ends of the floor, deflecting. And what a spin move right there.
And then the spin off the glass was just as impressive. Johnson, one of the best in the state at getting inside to the rim and finishing that way.
Yeah, he's definitely having a nice bounce-back game from last week against LCA. He looks like he's put that game out of his mind, as has Catholic, the whole team tonight.
Mingy Beef Jerky, the official game day snack of PrepSpin. Got to get you some Mingy Beef Jerky. Diablo Stewart was starting off this half a little better than he did with his play in the first half, and that's just what Franklin County missed in the first and second quarters.
Yeah, he's done a pretty good job this quarter of penetrating and dishing, but it's just so hard, Jack, against Catholic's defense. They're just sloughing off and swarming all over him.
Couple subs in for Lexington Catholic. Max Sparkman, Keegan Bailey, Javen Harden, and the 8th grader and brother of Luke Johnson, Ben Johnson. Sparkman has it. Dribbles it in, now picks it up, passes it to Harden. Harden gets it to Bailey. Sparkman working inside, they don't get it to him. Ben Johnson shoots the three-pointer. That one's no good, off the back iron. Diablo Stewart pulled in the rebound, and he'll dribble it up the court. Guarded by Harden. Screen set by Valentine. Shot from Stewart is no good, pulled in by Max Sparkman.
Yeah, Jack, I believe Catholic only has one starter in right now.
You are right, and that would be Zam Payne. And Payne shoots a three-pointer. That one's no good, almost fell in. Stewart has it. The rebound is pulled in by Valentine. Stewart gets it to Stivers, back to Stewart. 3:20 on the clock. Stewart gets it over to Lee. Lee gets it to Hubbard in the corner. They work it inside to Valentine. He lost it, but sticks with it. Back up top to Diablo. Guarded by Javen Harden. They work it inside to Valentine again. Gets it back out to Hubbard. Gets it to Lee. Lee's fouled, puts it up. Won't fall, but he'll head to the line for a pair. Lexington Catholic leading it 42-16. Our next game tonight at 8:15 is Madison Southern and Sayre. And Coach, what do you expect in that game?
Well, that should be a good game tonight, Jack. I mean, both these teams have got some momentum coming into this game. Sayre's coming into this game. I'm trying to think the last time that Sayre was in the region. I mean, they've had a nice year this year, definitely an up-and-coming team.
And there's a player on Sayre that a lot of people don't know about, but they're going to know about him tonight, and that's Jake Doobie.
Yep.
That's Sayre's star, and he'll try and make a name for himself in the 11th region tonight for Sayre and with a W. Javen Harden shoots the corner three wide open and knocks it down. Javen Harden knocking down his second three-pointer of the night. Courtney dribbling it up, gets it to Lee, back to Courtney, he'll cross half court, gets it in the corner to Hubbard. They move it back to Lee, and Bailey came from behind and got a finger on that one. It will stay with the Flyers.
And once again, Jack, another nice job of Franklin County working against the press, but when they got close to the basket, just hard to score.
Lee gets it in and stolen away by Javen Harden. Harden goes straight up to the rim and is fouled by Diablo Stewart. Javen Harden will head to the free throw line. Javen Harden is a 55.1% free throw shooter on the season. Sophomore guard for Coach Salzman, knocks down the first one. Sophomore John Polton checking in for Lexington Catholic. He'll get Zan Payne. Zan Payne played an outstanding game today.
Yep. Jack Harden looks like definitely Catholic's point guard of the future. I mean, this is a nice-looking kid.
Coach Salzman played him a lot last year as a freshman because of his defensive ability. Courtney drives inside, kicks it out to Stewart. Stewart launches a three-pointer, knocks it down.
Yeah, it's a nice job going inside out there by Franklin County.
Beautiful shot from Diablo Stewart from the wing. Knights working around now up top. Javen Harden with it. Chased around by Stewart. He drives inside and going to call a foul on the floor. Harden smiled after that one. Thought he might have took too many steps, but the refs called a foul first.
Yeah, I think they got Hubbard.
Keegan Bailey will inbound it from underneath. Gets it up top to Javen Harden. Right back to Bailey. He thought about a three-pointer, pumps. Now goes straight to the rim and one.
Nice move.
Let's look at this one again. Keegan Bailey with a nice pump and drive-by, and then went straight up on Anthony Valentine, finishing high off the glass, and he'll go for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, Bailey really showing some nice athleticism there, taking it strong to the basket.
Sidian Leverty checks in for Franklin County. That one's tipped up in the air by John Polton, stolen away by Keegan Bailey. He gives it up to Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson's guarded by Courtney. Now Johnson spins, drives the baseline, tries the reverse, and got it.
Nice move inside.
Let's check that one out again. Nice finish from the 8th grader, Ben Johnson.
Bright future for that kid. Nice move.
Looking like his brother using that spin off the backboard. Diablo Stewart now drives inside, puts it up with the right hand. That one almost went in, but it spun out, and he will head to the line for 2. Want to remind people, too, listening, and Diablo Stewart seems like he's been playing at Franklin County for a while, but he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, he's going to be around 2 more years. And again, future looks bright for Franklin County, Jack.
It really does.
They've got some nice players coming back next year.
They've been to they've won the district championship the last 3 years. Coach Wise is in his 3rd season, so he's won these 3 straight district championships, and they really do have a promising future led by Diablo Stewart.
And as he said in the pregame, they just kind of had a bad draw. I mean, they've drawn the 43rd 3 straight years in the first round, and that's a tough get.
And they've also drawn the first game, Coach Wise said, and nice spin move from John Polton, but he can't finish it. Pulled in by Franklin County. And Stewart will pull up from way downtown, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by Bowling, and he puts it in.
Yeah, nice putback there by Bowling. One of the few offensive rebounds Franklin County's gotten tonight and scored.
21 is that Ben Johnson.
33. Courtney coming the other way, gets it to Bowling in the corner. Stewart now up top, guarded by John Polton. Gets it inside,
nice pass.
And nice finish, and one, count it. Sidian Leverty with the nice finish. He was fouled from behind by Keegan Bailey.
Well, that's just what Stewart does so well. Unselfish player, penetrates, dishes. That's what you want in your point guard.
Rebound pulled in by Ben Johnson. He gives it up to Javen Harden. Coach Wise calling for more pressure. Harden goes straight to the rim, and he's fouled. Javen Harden will head back to the free throw line again. 15.1 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Harden knocks down the first free throw, and Coach Wise is having success as a coach, and he had success as a player at Scott County when he played back in his day. Javen Harden puts down a couple dribbles, then puts up the second one, knocks it down. Knights lead it by a score of 52-27. 13 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Courtney has it, gives it up to Stewart. Flyers trying to work it across. Stewart gets it up. Gets inside, gives it off to Hubbard. Hubbard with a nice adjustment, but can't finish. Stewart gets the offensive rebound, puts it up at the buzzer. Got it!
Yeah, nice follow there by Franklin County and Stewart.
Diablo Stewart finishes the quarter on a mid-range putback off the offensive rebound.
Fairly even quarter there, Jack. Catholic was up at 20 at halftime. They're up by 23 right now. Franklin County did a little bit better job in that quarter. But right now they're in such deep a hole, it's going to be tough for them.
All right, we will step aside and be right back.
Take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you till the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Eastern Kentucky University, home of the 2017 11th Region Tournament. First game of the boys action tonight. Lexington Catholic leading Franklin County 52-29. Coming up next is Madison Southern and Sayre in our second game of the evening. And tomorrow night, Scott County will take on Frankfort at 6:30, and reigning New first-time 43rd District champs. LCA will take on Madison Central in the second game tomorrow.
Jack, just like we were talking about in the break, you take away the second quarter, this is a pretty even ball game, but that second quarter domination by Catholic just been a little bit too much for Franklin County to overcome right now.
And that's been – yeah,
go
ahead.
I give Franklin County credit. Their kids are still playing hard. I mean, both teams are still playing hard.
Yeah, and Franklin County could be looking at a whole different ball game if that second quarter just went a little differently. Lexington Catholic was just hot and knocked down a lot of three-pointers, led by Zan Payne. That one tipped away by T.C. Price, but it will stay with the Flyers.
Coach Salzman going to do a little ball retrieving.
Student section gives him a little cheer as he hustles out there. We saw him at the end of the – and he gives a little fist bump at the end, points at the Psychos. And we saw him at the end of the year a couple times where water was spilled on the court. He got down on all fours and cleaned everything up as fast as he could. Coach Salzman doing whatever he can to help his team out. That one almost thrown away by Peter Whitman. Diablo Stewart has it up top. Starters are back in for Lexington Catholic. Stewart drives inside. Nice finish with the left hand. He got around Luke Johnson with a beautiful move.
Yeah, just a nice penetration move there by Stewart and using the left hand.
They work it inside to Whitman. Whitman goes straight up and finishes. Put it in off the glass.
Yeah, just strength for Whitman there. Nice job again using the left hand.
Price is pressuring Stewart. Stewart dribbling it up with his head up, looking down court, gets it up to Hubbard. Hubbard across court to Courtney. Courtney drives, puts up a mid-range jumper, knocks it down.
One of the hardest shots in basketball there, Jack. The running baseline jumper did a nice job knocking that down from Courtney.
Scott gives it up to T.C. Price. Price will drive it inside. He goes up, spins it off the backboard, and puts it in.
What a nice shot.
Acrobatic finish from T.C. Price. Courtney gets it up to Bowling. Bowling tries to get it to Hubbard, but stolen away by Johnson. Johnson with the behind-the-back move. Gets it to Blake Scott. Blake Scott thought about a three, now puts it on the deck. Puts one up from mid-ranger. That one's no good. Whitman gets the rebound. He's slapped on the wrist. Count it. Whitman's headed to the line for one more.
Yeah, Whitman's just doing a great job on the offensive glass. Just a big kid inside. Again, we talked about it before the game started, how well Catholic's advantage was inside, and they've been taking advantage of it tonight.
Valentine and Stivers check back in for the Flyers. And yeah, like you just said, Whitman doing a really good job of using his height to his advantage.
He does a nice job also, Jack, using both hands. He can shoot it with the right or left-handed inside.
And he has one of the best field goal percentages in the state, shooting 65% from field goal range.
Well, he does a nice job of posting up.
Knocks down the second one. Stewart has the basketball, guarded by Scott. He goes right by Blake Scott. Now he'll pull it back up top. 5:45 left in this ball game. Courtney gives it back up to Stewart. Stewart's guarded by Price. He'll pull up. That one's good. The bottom.
Yeah, Stewart's starting to find the range here, Jack. Made a couple of buckets here.
Nice pass from Johnson inside to Whitman. Whitman is Payne. That one's off the back iron. One-handed rebound by Luke Johnson. Goes up with the right hand and one.
Johnson has gotten a lot of loose balls tonight. He's had a lot of deflections, a lot of loose balls. Really like the way he's bounced back from that game last week.
Franklin County just not doing a good job of boxing out inside. They've given up a lot of offensive rebounds to Lexington Catholic, and T.C. Price is going to have to check out of the game. The refs are looking at him.
It looks like he might have maybe some blood or something on him.
He'll walk over to Lexington Catholic's trainer in the corner, Barb Winters. Keegan Bailey checks in for T.C. Price. Luke Johnson's free throw is good. Completes the and one. Courtney has it and gives it back to Stewart. Diablo Stewart dribbling, gives it back up to Jared Courtney. He'll cross the half-court line, splitting defenders. He still has the basketball. He'll dribble inside, gets it to Valentine. Valentine has it stripped away. He sticks with it, blocked by Whitman. Whitman's outlet passes to Johnson. Johnson goes over Courtney for that one, gives it up to Scott. Scott knocks it down.
Well, just great transition there by Lexington Catholic.
Zan Payne went down after that shot, and Coach Salzman not happy with what happened. Let's look at the replay. He's pointing at Anthony Valentine. Let's see what happened. See Valentine running down the court and Zan Payne coming in the corner. Oh, and Valentine threw an elbow into the chest of Zan Payne. That looked intentional. Payne is up on his feet.
Yeah, I think he got away with one with Valentine.
Yeah, I agree with Coach Salzman. That was intentional. Valentine was staring at Payne the whole time and went in with that. And he puts in Javen Harden. Javen Harden keeps looking back at Anthony Valentine.
Well, Jack, in that kind of situation, the last thing you want to do is retaliate and get caught.
Exactly.
If something happened to you, then you're kicked out of the next game, and that is not what Catholic needs. And I give Coach Salzman credit there, taking Payne out of the game, just letting him rest a little bit, let him get settled down.
And you would think Coach Salzman would tell that to the other players, don't get payback right now. We're going to win this game. We want to have you guys for the next one.
Yeah, I think he's going to be on the bench the rest of the night. I don't think he's going to come back in.
Lexington Catholic leading it 65-36. Peter Whitman will check out of the game. That will probably wrap up his night.
Yeah, he had a really nice game tonight, Jack. Great on the defensive end and down on the block.
Diablo Stewart from downtown. That one's in and out. Blake Scott with the rebound. Gives it to Javen Harden. Harden will jog it up. Passes into the corner to Bailey. Bailey passes back to Scott in midair. Scott's three-pointer short. Blake Scott hustles for the offensive rebound, gets it back, and he will get fouled and head to the free throw line.
Yeah, it was a nice job of following the shot there. Good hustle. A lot of times kids don't do that. They'll just kind of sit and admire it once they let it go. He went right after it.
An interesting stat. That is Blake Scott's 5th free throw on the season. He was 3 of 4 up until this night, and that will make him 4 of 5. He'll have one more coming up. Blake Scott knocks it down. Ben Johnson will come in for Blake Scott. Blake Scott had a nice ball game as well. All of the night starting 5 played well tonight. Courtney has it guarded by Harden. Gets it down inside to Valentine. Valentine finishes, and he is fouled. Count it. Valentine will head to the line for one more. Sam Bong, who just checked into the game for Lexington Catholic. He's a big man inside, sophomore. He's seen some time this year for the Knights.
Well, it's good for Coach Salzman right now, Jack. He's going to be able to get some kids in to get some experience. You never know in these next game, more than the game after that, what you're going to need from your bench. And anytime you can get your kids off the bench experience on this floor, that's a big plus for Catholic.
That is huge. Keegan Bailey from three-point range. He got it. And that goes to say a couple years ago for Lexington Catholic with Jared Griffin back here, he broke his wrist in the district championship game. And when Donovan Morris was a young athlete for Lexington Catholic, he had to step up in that moment. He made that big shot in that game, but he had to play against Scott County in the starting role. And that could happen tonight for any team in this tournament. That's why you have to be ready.
You just never know. That's exactly right.
Stivers knocks down the three-pointer from the corner for the Flyers. Javen Harden will bring it up. Pressure from Franklin County, gives it off to Bailey. Bailey splitting by Courtney and Stewart. They get it to the elbow. Sparkman gets it to Bailey. He knocks down another three-pointer.
I'll tell you what, Jack, Catholic has just been deadly from 3 tonight. I'm sure Coach Salzman would like to save a few of these for the next game.
Keegan Bailey doing an outstanding job tonight. Athletic junior who's stepped into a role this year. Stivers knocks down another three-pointer. Him and Bailey are going back and forth right now.
Stivers hitting some nice shots as well.
Bailey gives it off to Harden. Harden drives inside. Tries to find Bong, but tipped out of bounds by Stivers. Patrick Gagan, Cole Ganan, and Trenton Neuer check in for Lexington Catholic. That will wrap up Javen Harden, Keegan Bailey, and Max Sparkman's night. Bailey had a really nice night for Lexington Catholic. Ben Johnson, a three-pointer from the corner. That one's long. Airballed that one. Stivers came up with it. Now Diablo Stewart will dribble it up. Trenton Neuer picks him up. Stewart backs off. Now inside to Valentine. Valentine back to Stewart. Stewart gets it inside to Valentine. Off the glass.
Nice pass again. Nice assist to Stewart.
Diablo Stewart really had a much better second half than he did in the first half, and we'll definitely be seeing him here next year again, I would imagine, for Franklin County. Ben Johnson has it stripped away from behind by Lee. Walker Lee poked that one out.
Well, Jack, if there's any doubt if that LCA game was going to have any lingering impacts on Catholic, I think they've answered that tonight. I mean, they've stepped up, they've played well, they've shot it really well, especially from three.
Yeah, Lexington Catholic bounced back just how a lot of people thought they would from that game. Cole Ganan fires from downtown. That one's no good. Pulled in by Valentine. Now Lexington Catholic will want to keep this momentum for the next game. Yep. Saturday, they'll play at 1:30 here at Eastern Kentucky. They'll play the winner of our next game, Sayre and Madison Southern. We talked about that one a little bit earlier. That should be a good game tonight.
Yes, definitely should be.
Sayre back in the 11th region tournament for the first time in a while. And Madison Southern with a 20-plus win season this year. Believe they finished 23-8.
And experience playing on this floor, which always helps.
Madison Southern actually finished 26-5. Better than what I just said.
That's a pretty good. That's an outstanding year.
And like you said, they have experience on this court. Will that come into effect?
I think it certainly should help them. You know, a lot of people kind of, forget about Madison Southern, but if you're 26-5, you're pretty good.
Yes.
I mean, they are a quality basketball team.
Trenton Neuer knocks down that mid-range jumper. 1:30 on the clock left in this ball game. Diablo Stewart has it, guarded by Neuer, gives it off to Stivers. He fires from downtown. That one's short. And foul will be called on, looks like Bryce Scott. He fouled Sidian Leverty. He'll head to the free throw line. And when we talked to Coach Goodman of Sayre on our review of the 11th Region show on Saturday, he did say that that would be a factor with Madison Southern having advantage of playing here before, but he's going to have his guys adjust well and hopefully not make that a huge factor in their game. Number 24, Amir Lee checks in for the Flyers. Leverty's second free throw is good. Knights bring it up. Cole Ganan has the basketball. He'll pass it back to John Polton. Polton picks it up, now gets it over to Ganan. Ganan puts one off the glass.
Yeah, nice shot off the glass, soft touch.
Cole Ganan with a nice finish. Could be seeing a lot of Lexington Catholic's future on the court right now. 3 big seniors for them this year: Luke Johnson, Peter Whitman, and Blake Scott. Hoping to carry this team farther into this tournament. But the Knights do have a good young core to form around after those 3 head out. Gagan has it for Lexington Catholic. He'll dribble it up. Gets it over to Neuer. Neuer picks up his dribble, has it deflected, stolen by Courtney. Courtney gets it into the corner, and it was mishandled. Turnover to Lexington Catholic. And a couple more players come in for Franklin County. Number 23, Pranya Mupraju comes in. Number 30, Philip Adkins in as well. And number 40, Brady Roberts Words exchanged between Bryce Scott and Leverty.
Yeah, we got a technical on 44, I believe, for Franklin County, Jack.
Patrick Gagan will shoot the technical free throws, and just some jawing back and forth before the end of this one. Gagan's first free throw is good. Knights lead at 78-51. They'll be heading on to the next round, which we said is at 1:30 on Saturday. They'll play the winner of our next game, Sayre and Madison Southern. Gagan knocks down the second one. 29.8 seconds left. Gagan inbounds it to Trenton Neuer. Neuer gets it over to Polton. Polton trying to get it inside, but stolen away by the Flyers. Brady Roberts came up with that steal inside to Leverty. He'll go up, can't finish. Bryce Scott knocked that one down. And he fouls number 30 for Phillip Adkins for the Flyers. He'll head to the line for free throws. 11.3 seconds left on the clock.
It's done. Wrap it up as quickly as possible.
First free throw is in and out. Gagan gets it into Polton. He'll give it right back to Gagan, and they will run out the clock. Lexington Catholic will take down Franklin County by a final score of 79-52. Knights did a good job of coming back off that district championship loss, and Coach Salzman prepared his guys well for this one.
Yeah, Jack, this game was just what was made for Catholic tonight. They came out, they shot the ball well. Their physical size just was the difference against Franklin County. Just a huge advantage inside. They're going to be tough as they move on. Watch out for Catholic.
Yeah, Lexington Catholic, they were really on fire up until that district championship game. Since December 10th, they're 21-4. Yeah. They've played some of the best basketball in the state of Kentucky, and we're going to head over to Darren Douglas, who has Coach Salzman for our post-game show. Having technical difficulties with Darren Douglas and Coach Salzman right now. But anyways, Coach Fannin, Lexington Catholic will move on. They'll play the winner of this one. And what are your initial thoughts for this game right now that they're warming up for, Madison Southern and Sayre?
Well, I'll tell you what, Jack, again, both these teams coming in with some momentum into tonight's game. It's going to be, again, we talked about Madison Southern, how big an advantage it would be for them to play on this floor tonight, and I think it will be a big advantage for them. Sayre, first time they've been here in a while. Let's just see how they handle the atmosphere of being in the regional tournament tonight for the first time in a while.
Looking forward to that one, and we're going to wrap things up here for this broadcast. We're going to thank our sponsors really quick. Bluegrass, Wright, Greer, and Maggard, Atkinson, Sims, and Commode. All sports, you see it on the field, you see it on the court. You pick it up at All Sports, Mingy Beef Jerky, Central Bank, Roberts Insurance, Rafferty's, Crown Trophy, UK Healthcare, Sports Medicine, Whitaker Bank, and the Scholastic Ball Report. For Coach Mike Fannin, I'm Jack Haynes. Thank you for tuning into our first game, and stay tuned for our next one coming up here shortly.